What if your headache is not really in your head? You reach for the pill, but the pain keeps coming back every week. Your body has been sending the same signal for months, and no one taught you how to read it. Here is something most people never learn. The brain itself cannot feel pain. It has no pain receptors. So when your head is pounding, the pain is not actually coming from your brain. It is coming from somewhere else, somewhere lower, somewhere you would never think to look. The pain you feel is the final alarm. Not the first one. By the time it reaches your skull, your body has already been asking for help for hours, sometimes for days. Most people miss every early signal, so the alarm keeps getting louder until they have no choice but to stop what they are doing and lie down. And here is the part that changes everything. The trigger is almost never inside your head. It is in your neck, or your water intake, or your last meal. The headache is just the messenger. The real problem is upstream. That is why the pill feels like it works, and then the headache comes back next week. You silenced the messenger. You never answered the message. But there is good news. Once you learn to read the signal, most everyday headaches stop showing up at all. There is a simple daily rhythm that fixes the 3 most common triggers before they can build. It takes almost no time. And it works with your body instead of against it. But first, you need to understand what your body is actually doing when a headache begins. A headache is not one thing. It is a chain reaction. And almost every everyday headache starts with one of 3 quiet triggers. The first is water. Your brain is mostly water. When you fall behind on hydration, even by a small amount, the tissue around your brain shrinks slightly. It pulls on the sensitive layers that surround it. Those layers are full of nerves. Those nerves send pain signals, and suddenly your head is throbbing, even though the real problem started hours ago in your water bottle. Most people are already behind on water before they even feel thirsty. Thirst is a late signal. By the time your mouth feels dry, your body has been running low for a while. The second trigger is your neck. Look at how most people sit all day. Head tilted forward, shoulders rolled in, jaw slightly clenched without even noticing. The muscles at the base of the skull are small, but they work hard. When they stay tight for hours, they pull on the nerves that travel up into the head. That pull creates a dull, pressing pain that wraps around the temples or sits behind the eyes. This is the most common headache in the modern world, and it has almost nothing to do with the brain. It is a muscle problem pretending to be a head problem. The third trigger is your blood sugar. When you skip meals, or eat sugar without protein, your blood sugar rises fast and then crashes. That crash sends a stress signal through the body. Blood vessels tighten, stress hormones rise. And the head responds with pain. This is why headaches so often show up in the late morning, or the middle of the afternoon, or right before a delayed dinner. It is not random timing. It is the moment your fuel ran out. So a headache is really a story about 3 things: water, muscle tension, and fuel. Get any one of them wrong, and the alarm starts building. Get 2 of them wrong at the same time, and the alarm gets loud fast. Now you know how a headache is really built. But here is what almost everyone does wrong. Most people do the same thing when a headache hits. They reach for a pill, it works, the pain fades, they go on with their day, and a few days later, the headache is back. Here is what almost no one is told. When you take painkillers often, your body starts to expect them. The nerves that carry pain signals become more sensitive between doses, so the next headache comes a little sooner, and feels a little stronger, and you reach for the pill a little earlier. This is called a rebound headache, and it is one of the most common causes of chronic head pain in adults. The very thing people use to stop the pain is quietly training their body to make more of it. Even worse, the pill never touches the real trigger. If your headache came from tight neck muscles, the muscles are still tight after the pill wears off. If it came from low water, you are still dehydrated. If it came from a blood sugar crash, your fuel system is still unstable. You silence the alarm, but the fire is still burning. So the pattern repeats: headache, pill, relief, headache, pill, relief, week after week, month after month. And people start to believe this is just how their body works, that they are simply someone who gets headaches, that there is nothing they can do. But that is not the truth. That is the trap. Think about what a headache actually costs you. A canceled dinner, a ruined afternoon, trouble focusing on your kids, snapping at someone you love because your head is pounding, lying in a dark room while life keeps moving without you. Over a year, that adds up to weeks of your life lost to something that was almost always preventable. And the medication itself has a cost. Frequent use can wear on the stomach, the liver, and the kidneys. It can disrupt sleep. It can even make anxiety worse in some people. None of that is worth it when the real fix is so much simpler. But there is a simple fix. It takes almost no extra time, and it works with your body, not against it. Here is the rule. 3 small habits. 1 each morning, 1 each afternoon, 1 at every meal. That is it. The first habit is hydrate first. Before coffee, before your phone, before anything else, drink 1 full glass of water within 30 minutes of waking up. Your body has just gone 8 hours without a sip. Your brain tissue is quietly shrinking. The water resets everything before the day even begins. Then keep sipping through the day. Not gulping. Not chugging a bottle at lunch. Steady sips. Keep a glass or bottle in your line of sight. If you can see it, you will drink it. If it is in a cabinet, you will forget. Aim for roughly 8 cups over the day, more if it is hot or you are moving a lot. The second habit is release the neck. This is the one most people skip, and it is the one that helps the fastest. Twice a day, take 2 minutes to loosen the muscles at the base of your skull. Roll your shoulders back and down. Slowly tilt your head from side to side. Gently press your fingertips into the muscles just below the back of your skull and breathe. Do it once in the middle of your workday. Do it again in the evening. If you spend hours at a screen, this alone can cut most tension headaches in half. The neck was the source. Now the source is calm. The third habit is steady the blood sugar. Never eat sugar or carbs by themselves. Always pair them with protein or fiber. Eggs with your toast. Nuts with your fruit. Chicken or beans with your rice. This keeps your fuel line smooth instead of spiking and crashing. And do not skip meals. If breakfast is small, at least eat something with protein in it. If lunch runs late, keep almonds or a boiled egg nearby. Long gaps between meals are one of the most reliable ways to trigger a headache in the afternoon. That is the whole rule. Hydrate first, release the neck, steady the blood sugar. 3 habits, almost no time. And they cover the 3 triggers behind most everyday headaches. You do not need a chart, you do not need an app, you just need to remember 3 things. Water, neck, fuel. That is the rule. But does it actually work? Science says yes. The link between water and headaches is one of the most consistent findings in health research. Studies have shown that mild dehydration alone can bring on a headache in healthy adults. And once people drink enough water, the pain often eases within 30 minutes to a few hours. No pill needed. Tension headaches, the kind that come from the neck and shoulders, respond just as clearly to simple release work. Research on posture, jaw tension, and gentle neck stretches has shown real drops in headache frequency for people who do them consistently. Not perfectly, just consistently. Blood sugar has been studied too. People who eat regular meals with protein and fiber report fewer headaches than people who skip meals or run on sugar and coffee. The pattern shows up again and again. Stable fuel means fewer alarms. And on the other side, the science on rebound headaches is now well established. Doctors around the world have known for years that overusing pain medication is one of the leading causes of chronic daily headaches. The pill that was supposed to help becomes part of the problem. So the picture is clear. Most everyday headaches are not a mystery. They are a signal. And your body is remarkably good at healing when you finally listen to what it is asking for. Water, neck, fuel. Start with those 3 tomorrow morning. Not perfectly, just steadily. Give it 2 weeks and pay attention. Most people notice fewer headaches, less pressure, clearer thinking, and better sleep along the way. Because these 3 habits do not just fix headaches. They quietly upgrade the whole system. Your body has been trying to tell you something for a long time. Now you know how to listen. If this helped you understand headaches differently, subscribe for more simple health truths. Thank you for watching.